So I'm going to do a quick tune, just a second. All right. Well, my first song tonight is going to be the Snoozin' Loosin' Blues. I've got the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate my shoe long. I've got the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate my shoe long. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. Well, I woke up in the morning, saw the rising sun. Laid there till the evening, until the day was all done. And I just scratched my head and I wonder, where has the time gone? Everybody, oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. Oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. Get it? Harold Jacobs, oh yeah, they reefed my car just the other day. Yes, they repossessed my car. They said I did not pay. So I called them on the phone and said I'll write you a check one day. Oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. Oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. Harold. Well, my baby, she left me. She couldn't take anymore. She's been waiting for me to do the household chores. Now, after 30 years of patience, she's walking out that door. Yeah, Bill. Oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. Oh, the snoozin', losing blues, procrastinate much too long. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. I just keep putting off tomorrow what I should have done all along. Harold Jacobs on harmonica. Thank you very much.
Just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time. This next song is called Castles in the Sand. And actually about a house out in Netanya, one of these blown cement bubble houses. Well, anyone that lives in Netanya knows out in this area the soils go up and down. And so this thing sat vacant for years and years and years because they were suing the contractor because the whole thing was going. So this is called Castles in the Sand. I met a rich man who seemed to have everything. He had power and wealth and all security. He built his castle with a mighty and a king's, decked it with silver and many golden things. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they cannot mend that broken castle that was built on shifting sand. The finest of trinkets and toys to pass his time, only fine cuisine and the best of wine. But his castle seemed to miss one vital thing, for its foundation was not what it should be. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they cannot mend that broken castle that was built on shifting sand. There were cracks in the floor and cracks in the walls. When you looked up at the ceiling, you wondered if it would fall. Well, all of the masons, the engineering teams, cannot stop it from cracking apart at the very seam. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they cannot mend this broken castle that was built on shifting sand. Well, that day arrived when that mighty wind blew, and down came his castle and all he had to lose. In his desolation, he's the poorest man I knew, for his foundation was not the rock that's true. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they cannot mend that broken castle that was built on shifting sand. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, they cannot mend this broken soul that was built on shifting sand. I'm going to do my green song. It's called Garden Earth, and this is my green song, so. The ocean once was blue, now the red tide flows on through. The fish now only float, for in the water they just choke. The ozone is now thinner, and our skin is getting cancer. As the forest fades away, trash piles higher every day. Where are we going to? What are we going to do? garden, and we fill it with our garbage. Our advance in nuclear fission has brought us tough decisions. Should we dump or bury waste? Fly it into outer space? Well, those old rusting barrels of our chemical peril, into our water it now seeps, and it oozes in our sinks. Well, where are we going to? Oh, what are we going to do? The earth is our garden, and we fill it with our garbage. Is our future love canal or a Chernobyl hell? Well, the Valdez sure did leak, polluted all of our beach. This song sounds pretty green, 'cause I like my nature clean. To see songbirds without oil and walk on unpolluted soil. Where are we going to? What are we going to do? The earth is our garden, and we fill it with our garbage. The earth is our garden, and we fill it with our garbage. That was a little green, wasn't it? Not too preachy. I'm going to do a historical ballad. This is called the Ballad of Trumpeador. Joseph Trumpeador, he had fought many a war. Though he lost his hand in battle, he continued on to fight. A soldier of courage, power and might, was a Joseph Trumpeador, and so much more. Joseph came to the promised land to help the Zionists to make a stand, to work with the volunteers on the northern frontier. He formed the Zion Mu Corps in World War I and helped the British Army carry munitions for their guns. And when the war was over, Joseph continued his pursuits to train the Jewish soldiers and work with the Chalus. And in the year of 1920, Hashomer sent Joseph north. And on the 1st of March, well, there was trouble at the fort. Surrounded by gangs of Cummiel, Joseph let officers come in to search all those buildings for supposed Frenchmen. first shots were fired, Yaakov fell by Joseph's side. And Joseph ran to close the gate and took a bullet as it tried. They carried them into the building as the battle fought on. And Joseph, mortally wounded, passed command to Schneerson. Well, Sarah and Devorah, Benjamin and seed, they were first to die by a grenade from the enemy. And as the battle raged on, those gangs broke through the south gate. The settlers held the buildings, kept them all at bay. And Judith risked her life for water to quench their thirst. And when the evening came, the enemy had dispersed. And nightfall reinforcements came to see what they could do. They gathered the dead and wounded, set fire and withdrew. And halfway up the trail to Kfar Giladi, Dr. Jerry stopped and asked how Joseph was feeling. It's good to die for a country, was Joseph's reply. Joseph Trumpeter that moment died. So Joseph and the seven, they saw those gates of heaven. They rested their weary bodies in the dust of the good land. The place where they died is called Tel Chai, a memorial for us, the living, of those who paid the price. A memorial for us, the living, of those who paid the price. Now, it's been 20 years I've been coming to this folk club. It's hard to believe that. 20 years. It's been 19 years I've been involved with Jacob's Ladder. I missed 1 year because I went to a wedding in the States. 20 years! But you weren't running it before. Greengard, that's it, Michael Greengard. He used to be Greengard. Yeah, Telefic Folk Club, give yourself a hand. 20 years, at least as long as I've known you. So this is my Getting Old song. Now, when I sang here 20 years ago, my mustache was black, and I had more hair up here. So this is called I Just Can't Hear, and if you just want to sing along, you're welcome to do it. On the chorus. Used to listen to rhythm and blues, rock and roll and jazz. All that punk and funk and hard rock bands. I used to go to concerts, sat in the front row seat. Well, all that wailing and yelling I thought was so neat. Now this is a chorus. Now I'm sitting here in my rocking chair. I'm sitting here, I just can't hear. with hearing aids stuck in my ear. I just can't hear. I once had a stereo that was really max. I'd turn up the volume until the speakers cracked. I used to drive a Chevy with an old 8-track and 1,000-watt boomboxes stuck in the back. Now I'm sitting here, everybody, in my rocking chair. I'm sitting here, I just can't hear. Even with hearing aids stuck in my ears, I just can't hear. I used to have a Walkman when I was on the go. I'd turn up the mega bass so I could rock and roll. I'd measure the decibels by degrees of pain. What could it hurt? I thought, ha ha, I didn't use my brain. Now I'm sitting here in my rocking chair. I'm sitting here, I just can't hear. Even with hearing aids stuck in my ear, I just can't hear. There should be a warning on those CDs and tapes. Young people, keep the volume to your parents' taste, so you don't blow out your ears in your younger years and end up with hearing loss in a rocking chair. Now I'm sitting here in my rocking chair. I'm sitting here, I just can't hear. Even with hearing aids stuck in my ear, I just can't hear. Now we're sitting here in our rocking chair. We're sitting here, we just can't hear. Even with hearing aids stuck in our ear, we just can't hear. We just can't hear. What did you say? We just can't. Okay, well, let me listen to this. I'm still in 2, right? Close enough. What? What? I just can't hear. For there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the sky is so clear and blue, and at the other end of that rainbow is a fortune waiting for you. is so very high. And as life's woes brings you down, lift your eyes onto the sky. For there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the sky is so clear and blue, and at the other end of that rainbow is a fortune waiting for you. Sometimes those pressures keeps on a building like a steam train that's ready to roll. Well, open that throttle and release that brake. Let those pressures now pull your heavy load. For there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the sky is so clear and blue, and at the other end of that rainbow is a fortune waiting for you. With every life there's tears and trouble, some with more and some with less. So keep your faith in your Maker and a hope that He will bless. For there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the sky is so clear and blue, and at the other end of that rainbow is a fortune waiting for you. That's my last song. That's my last song, but I do have an encore. Hey, encore, yeah. 3-minute encore. I heard a rumor that you're going to have a country person here singing country music, right? Yes. Okay. Well, I have to do my country backwards song, right? Yes. Okay. Now, you know when you play country western music backwards, everything wonderful happens. So this is country backwards. Well, my achy breaky heart was healed last week. I had major surgery. I got my Chevy truck fixed. They had all the parts I need. My long lost Paul walked through the door half an hour ago. This must be country backwards, 'cause nothing can go wrong. I'm singing country backwards, singing country backwards. The sky's blue and everything's all right. I'm singing country backwards, I'm singing country backwards. The sky's blue and the sun is shining on. Well, my cheating wife, she repented. She came home the other day. We're gonna do marriage counseling and fall in love all again. And you wouldn't believe what happened to my hound dog, old Blue. He was hit by a truck and then rose from the dead. And that's the gospel truth. I'm singing country backwards. I'm singing country backwards. Sky's blue and everything's all right. I'm singing country backwards. I'm singing country backwards. The sky is blue and the sun is shining on me. The sky's blue and the sun is shining on me. Thank you very much.